at 6:11. Thank you, Chair.
30 minutes.
Yes, so much. Mr. Matlala, good
Yes,
evening.
sir.
Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Mr. Matlala, I think I'll start by saying that I had sight of the phone, your phone, based on what you said earlier. So I want to state for the record, I did see the library on the phone dated 15th May and screenshots taken on that day around 11 p.m. 11:30 p.m. Different screenshots from Brown Mokhotsi messages. And so that does show that screenshots has been taken after. It still doesn't show me that WhatsApps has been fabricated that we have here. So I just want to put it to you that you must still prove that somehow. But what you can prove based on what I've seen and I have is that indeed in your library, the phone's library, on the 15th of May, there are screenshots. Okay?
Okay.
Let's start with the questioning. How well did Mr. Cele know the gentleman that arranged the meeting for you, between the two of you?
He said to me he was friends with his father.
Yes, but how well did he know him?
How well Mr. Cele knew Bongani?
Yes.
Yes, I'm saying he was friends with Bongani's father.
Yes, but I can be friends with somebody's father and don't know the son well. So
okay.
I'm asking that for a particular reason. Do you think that Mr. Cele knew the son well, the late Bongani well?
Yes, I can say that.
Why would you say that?
Because I couldn't sit with Mr. Cele for long because I had nothing besides what I came to talk about. After that, I would leave. I wouldn't have a casual chat with him. But he will stay long, and when he came to visit him in Pretoria, he will stay long with him, bring alcohol for himself, Bongani, and then maybe he will come with two of his friends, and then they'll leave at 10, 11. So I assume that for him to stay that long with him, obviously they had things to talk about, which I didn't have that relationship with him.
So you are testifying that they had a very close relationship?
Is based on what I'm just yes.
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 And the reason why is because Mr. Cele testified that he didn't know him that well. He only knew his father. You testified that you sent a text message to Mr. Cele with a picture of his shirt. It was a WhatsApp message?
Yes, it was a WhatsApp message.
Did Mr. Cele reply to that WhatsApp message?
No, he didn't reply.
Did you and Mr. Cele ever exchange, apart from that text message that you sent, did you ever exchange text messages where you send to him in text and he replies to you in text?
Yeah, I think he did once.
Only once?
That's what I can remember. Yeah. That I can say in certainty that this really happened.
So you are testifying that there was a time one time when
Yes.
Mr. Cele sent you a text. I'm asking that because Mr. Cele testified that he never sent WhatsApp messages or text messages, so he would never have sent you a text. But you testifying he did send one.
I remember that because I think if you can remember, I said at some point he was in Senten Hotel and he asked me to send my protectors to take him and the wife to the wedding. So that day, that's when he sent me the text of the where he was, so I can forward it to the guys. But as soon as I saw the text, I knew the place, so I just told them that they knew the place as well. Yeah.
All right. I want to jump on the Zulu war thing as well. When Mr. Cele called General Khumalo, you testified that he said to General Khumalo, he's not a danger to us. He's just caught up in a Zulu war, correct?
Yes.
Who do you think he was referring to when he said us? We already know us would mean himself and General Khumalo. Who else do you think he would refer to?
I'll think maybe that whole unit.
Which whole unit?
The PKTT unit.
Are all of them Zulus?
No, I don't think all of them are Zulus.
So the war is
some of them within them. Yes.
Would you think potentially that the war would be because you testified that Mr. Cele told you to continue talking to Mr. Mohotsi so that you can get information that they can use against Minister Mkuno, correct?
Yes.
And by they, it is himself, General Khumalo, and General Mkhwanazi, correct?
Yes.
So would you then say, based on that testimony, that this war could also refer to a war between General Mkhwanazi, Mr. Cele, General Khumalo, and Mr. Mkuno?
Yes.
Based on that, would you say that all of this that we are doing here now, possibly, all of this taxpayers' money that we are using to deal with this, your testimony would mean that we are doing all of this because we too are caught in the middle of a Zulu war?
I don't know about that.
But would it make sense?
I can say that you're caught up in the Zulu war.
Okay. You testified that after that call was made, you got your firearms back. Did you get your jewelry back too?
No, I didn't.
So as we stand now, the call just ensured that you got your firearms back, but not your jewelry.
Yes. Yes.
Why do you think it's that?
Why do I think that I didn't get?
You didn't get your jewelry. Didn't you want your jewelry back?
I wanted it, but I saw that I will now start to irritate the guys that I'm fighting with.
I see. Do you think that when the meeting between yourself, Mr. Cele, and General Mkhwanazi, that meeting, do you think on arrival of that meeting, General Mkhwanazi knew what your problem was?
Yes, he knew.
You think Mr. Cele told him about your problem?
Yes, he did.
And he agreed to meet?
Yes, he did.
So, Mr. Cele, at the time, had the power to instruct or call General Khumalo, and he followed the instruction. And he had the authority to call and set up a meeting with General Mkhwanazi. So both of them listened to Mr. Cele. Do you think Mr. Cele has that kind of influence on both of them?
Yes, I do.
So we know that you were going to get something in exchange for what you were asked to do in that meeting, to go and speak to the guy that was tortured. In return, you're going to get your contract saved. We know what you were going to get. But the guy whom you went to talk to withdraw the case, What was he going to get in exchange for withdrawing the case?
Nothing.
So General Mkhwanazi sends you, ask this guy, and the guy must just withdraw the case. He gets nothing in return.
Nothing.
Nothing. So you are testifying that General Mkhwanazi, based on your testimony, he knows a senior police official that's involved or that is corrupt and that takes bribes. You are testifying that he knows such a senior police official and does nothing about it.
Yes, because he even gave me the address of one of the properties that she owns, that he alleges that he bought with the money that he got from the that service provider.
So you are testifying he knows what she does, he knows it's wrong, and he does not arrest her or do anything to stop it.
Yes.
Furthermore, are you testifying that not only does he know, but he also facilitated an arrangement so that you can participate in the same kind of corruption?
Of course.
Are you testifying that the request for you to go and speak to the gentleman who was tortured to withdraw the case, are you testifying that General Mkhwanazi was asking you to defeat the ends of justice?
Yes.
And you agreed?
Yes.
So would you say, based on your testimony, if your testimony is true, would you say that you are corrupt, General Mkhwanazi is corrupt, Mr. Cele is corrupt? Is that what you would be saying?
When you say I'm corrupt by trying to influence this guy to withdraw the case.
When you agree to assist in defeating the ends of justice, you are participating.
But I was not given much of a choice because he said he's going to charge me with the case of my ex-girlfriend. And it actually happened. That's why I'm here now, because of that case.
In your world, yes. In your world, yes. You are found in a rock and a hard place. But in terms of the fact, you would be participating in defeating the ends of justice.
Yes, in that context, I agree.
So it's all of you.
Yes.
So then, when that didn't assist, when you didn't succeed in getting the gentleman to withdraw the case, when you didn't succeed, you are testifying that because you failed and because you stopped or refused to pay what Mr. Cele wanted, you are saying, are you testifying under oath that that's the reason you were arrested?
I'm saying
those two reasons.
And also, the third one is I sent them a letter of demand after they cancelled my contract. So I sent the letter of demand on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I was arrested.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
General Mkhwanazi testified that you are part of the Big Five. He only named two in his statement, yourself and Mr. Malife. And he says there are three others, but you are two. Are you part of the Big Five?
No, I'm not.
Do you know Mr. Malife?
Yes, I know him.
You know him?
Yes, I do.
Not personally, but you know him. How do you know him?
I know him personally.
You know him personally?
Yes.
Do you work together in this Big Five arrangement?
No, I know him because he used to come and visit someone who was my client, and he was very close with that person. So when I'm saying personally, I'm not saying he was a friend. I'm saying I can see him, I can be with him when he was visiting my client.
So you are testifying that there's no such thing as a Big Five. You are not part of the Big Five that does robberies and trafficking and drugs and armed robbery. That's what you testifying. But General Mkwanazi testified that you are. So who's lying under oath?
I'm not saying it does not exist. I don't know about it, the Big Five thing.
But the fact that you are part of, you are one of them.
Yes, I know that I'm not part of it.
So who's lying?
I'm not part of it.
Who's lying?
I don't want to use the word lie, but what I can
use a word, because now I have to decide. We've got two versions of the same thing.
Yes.
We can't take both. So I need to hear for the record. Are you saying that General Mkwanazi is lying, or are you saying you can't say he's lying?
I'm saying if it's not a positive, then it must be a negative. So I'm saying I don't know anything about that. I'm not part of that.
So he's lying.
What he's saying, I don't know how. I think he's the one who needs to prove that.
Based on is it untrue?
Yes, untrue.
Okay. Mr. Matlala, do you love money?
Yes, I do.
Sorry?
Yes, I do.
You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says the love of money, not money, the love of money,
yes,
is the root of all evil. Do you know that scripture?
Yes, but I'm not a Christian.
Sorry?
I'm not a Christian.
That's okay, but you know the scripture.
Yes, I know the scripture. My religion says that we must enjoy everything that God has put in on this earth, but legally and in a way that we don't tend to be greedy about it.
And I agree with that too. It's basically saying to you, stay away from evil.
Yes.
And now this scripture I'm talking to you about says, what is the root of it? What we see is the fruit, but the root of it is the love of money. You say that you love money.
Yes, I do.
Now I have with me something that was given as testimony or as evidence, allegedly from bizportal.gov.za. And it states that for your business, Cat Security, Mr. Hangwani Morgan Mayemela was added as director of that company in 2017. Is this true?
Yes, that's true.
Now, it's very widely reported that he was the one that spearheaded the network who benefited from the contracts at Tembisa Hospital. And your company, as you testified and is in your statement, received RFQs from those contracts or from the hospital because you were registered as a vendor and you received RFQs.
Yes.
Babita Diakoran, she reported that that's how this corrupt acts was happening at Tembisa Hospital. That there would be vendors, RFQs would be given, but it was the companies were selected not in the normal way. And we now know that you are one of the companies that benefited, and the man on the top is a director in one of your companies. Now, you spoke earlier about how you felt, the pain, the hurt, of having lost your mom, the hurt that you felt, and how you had to grow up. I want to put it to you that the gentleman that's a director and those RFQs that you're receiving in that way, Babita was shot 12 times in front of a yard. You see that feeling that you had, or maybe still have? She has a 12-year-old daughter who's now going through exactly the same thing. How does that make you feel?
You mean for someone losing her mother?
She lost her mother.
Yes, that's a very
because of the kind of way this business contracts was done at Tembisa, and her mother exposed it. And she was shot. Now that's evil.
Yes, I agree.
And do you know why that evil took place? You might not have been there that day, but that evil took place that her mother exposed because all those people, including what you participated and received benefit from, was due, the root of that was the love of money. That evil, the root of it is the love of money. Mr. Matlala, I respect all faiths, even yours. And one thing I know, Allah Akbar, God is great. And I tell you today as I close, God has entered the ring. God has entered the ring to fight this evil in our country. All of you are going to lose. See what you see here? It's not just personal vendettas. It's God entering the ring. You know, scripture speaks of the number 12. And you see my colleagues making fun of it. But I put it to you. That child is 12 years old. Was 12 years old at the time. She was shot with 12 bullets. The number 12 speaks of a new governmental order. Babita, her blood is speaking from the ground. There's a new governmental order coming. All these whistleblowers that are being victimized, they are going to win. And those involved in evil is going to lose. Are we?
So much, Honorable Solse. Mkoni, do you have any comments that you may want to make?
No, I don't have any comments.
Not even hallelujah? Okay. We are progressing very well, honorable members, and I must applaud you. Honorable James, your time starts now. 6 minutes past 6, 21 minutes past 6, you should be done.
Mr. Matlala, I listened to your testimony yesterday in which you claimed that firearms, cell phones, gadgets and similar items were taken from your property during the raid on the 6th of September and again in a subsequent raid, right? I would like to clarify the following. When you received your items back from SAPS, how exactly did you collect them and what did you collect?
I went to the police station and I went there with my protectors, and then they said I must go to at the back there's an SAP 13, and I found a gentleman there. at SAP 13, and then who said I must produce my ID document to confirm that it's me. And then I showed him, and then he took out the register book, and then he booked them out.
Okay. You are saying he booked them out. That means you took many things. I put it to you, I visited Brooklyn SAPS. I went to verify and I tested what you told us yesterday. I'm just back from there. I went yesterday and I went again today. You only took one item out of that SAP 13.
One item?
One item.
What is one item?
You took, I put it to you that you, on that day, you only took one firearm is what you signed. That is in the SAP 13 book.
I'm saying that's a total lie. It's impossible. I got all my firearms.
I personally checked the records this afternoon and they indicate that you only collected a single Beretta pistol. Is that correct?
It's not correct. It's a total lie. And I'm starting to have worries now.
Why did you not collect all the other firearms? Because on the first raid, I think they raided and they took about 5 firearms that was there with ammunition. The second raid was probably about 20 firearms that was recorded in that book that I saw today.
That is a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie, yes.
I put it to you that the person that signed for those items is a lady. A lady collected.
It's not a lady, it's a guy from Northwest. He speaks Tswana. You see, that is something
you didn't collect it, sir, but you didn't collect your items. Someone else collected those items on the 31st of December.
It was me. I remember very well. Even my VIP car, it was broken there outside. They had to fetch me with another car. I was there myself.
I'm saying to you, I sat in that office earlier on when I left this place. A lady collected the remainder of those items on the 31st of December. I put it to you, you claimed that your watches were missing, you claimed that your laptop was missing, you claimed that SAPS has stolen from you, yet you did not open up a case for your watches, your Rolex, your laptop and everything else. You didn't open up no case for that because that wasn't recorded in the SAP 13.
Raising your voice because of this. Because I'm not fighting with you.
Because you are worth me raising my voice to.
No, you are also lying because what you're saying is not true.
I saw. So you are saying that I'm blind.
I'm saying that you are not telling the truth. That is a lie. Yes, 100%.
I'm saying so. I'm saying to you that the records reflect that you did not fetch your own firearms.
No. Then how did my firearm go to my office?
So this is why this committee needs a forensic investigator so that we don't have to do our own investigations. But I did it anyway today.
It's impossible.
I put it to you. When I ask questions, it's not because I don't know the answers. You collect.
I remember very well. It was on New Year's Eve. The guy told me that
it was on New Year's Eve. I'm telling you, it was on New Year's Eve.
The guy said to me that he stays he's from Northwest. He was even speaking Tswana. I remember very well that day. I will never forget. They came with a black BMW.
Matlala.
Yes.
And Honorable James.
Honorable James Wayaga.
No. Wait, Matlala, you. May you, with due respect, honorable members, may you, with due respect, withdraw that statement.
Yes.
I request you to withdraw the statement.
I withdraw the statement.
Yeah, I want to make this request to you. I want you to have a conversation. Don't breathe on each other's neck.
Yes.
Because you are going to make each other uncomfortable. Just relax, take your breath, ask your questions.
I've been relaxed all along, but you can see where this comes from.
I'm talking to the two of you. I have made an observation. That's why I talk to the two of you. And I want to make this request to you that please have a conversation. You can proceed, Honorable
Chair,
James.
I came here because I was invited and I've honored the invite. So I don't appreciate when someone is raising a voice at me. Whether she takes my testimony or not, it's okay. I understand that. But there is no need for her to raise my voice. I'm not a child. I don't even think she's older than me. But even if she is, still here we treat each other as equals. So I don't think she's got the right to raise her voice on me. That I'm not comfortable with.
You are not my equal. You are definitely not my equal.
Say that.
Constantly we treat each other as equals. We are sitting on two different sides of the fence.
Honorable James, listen. You know, let's tell the South African public that when we are here, we are the supreme leadership of this country. There is no institution in the Republic of South Africa bigger than Parliament. Parliament is the highest locus of power in this country. And it will become a very sad day if a member of Parliament will appear on television or on any media platform toe to toe with an ordinary citizen. That's why, without passing any judgment on either of you, I request you to have a conversation. And it's unfortunate, Mr. Matlala, for the statement that you made, and I'm once again going to request you to withdraw it. This part that says she may even be younger than you, it's unfortunate, and I humbly request you to withdraw it.
No, I'm sorry, I withdraw it.
Yes. Listen now, as we are going to proceed. I don't want to invite honorable souls to pray for you for peace to reign. I just want you to have conversation. Your time is guaranteed, Honorable James. You will have it. No need to panic. Just have a conversation with Mr. Matlala. And
If you could not collect all your firearms from Brooklyn because you were not the owner, because that's what we were told, right? Why did you proceed to launch a High Court application regarding all the firearms?
I was not the owner.
Yes.
Of what?
Of the firearms, of all the firearms. Over 25 firearms.
Even now, I still have the licensed firearms of my firearms. And I even have the copies of the licensed firearms. They are just under my name, under my company. So when you say they're not under my name, I do not understand. Or we can do this, if it's possible, I don't know, that I can arrange that tomorrow. I don't know where, then they can bring the licenses to check when were they issued and who did they belong to. They are mine. There's something I think...
That is exactly what we should have had at this committee. We should have had the evidence of the SAP 13 book to verify your statement.
Yes, I think there's something that is missing there, but
Definitely.
I'm telling you honestly, those firearms, they belong to me. And then I have even the license of those firearms.
The crux of your evidence to the committee is that you are just a legitimate businessman who is being deliberately targeted by police through falsified or manipulated evidence, correct? That you are just a businessman and SAPS is targeting you.
SAPS is not doing what?
SAPS is targeting you.
Not the entire SAPS, yeah, some
but there's a portion of SAPS targeting you, right? You said earlier on that you are not and have never been associated with any drug trafficking network or organized crime syndicates. So, to be clear, your evidence is that you want us to believe that you are not a gangster, right? That you are not a member of any drug cartel and play no role in any criminal syndicate or organized crime structure. Is that what you want us to believe here today?
It's what I'm telling you. For you to believe that's something else, but that's what I'm telling you.
Okay. Very well. Now let me test the credibility of that denial, right? You refer to Jerry as a close friend and confirm that you never questioned, you distanced yourself from or passed judgment on his involvement in drug trafficking. Is that true?
Yes.
Can you tell Jerry's mother also today, can you tell Mama that Jerry was a drug dealer, a drug kingpin? Did you tell her that?
No.
Do you think she needs to know that her son was a drug dealer?
I didn't tell her that.
I'm saying, do you think that it's time she gets to know that her son was a drug dealer?
I don't know about that.
You don't think that she must know that her son is a drug dealer, and when you destroy people's lives, ultimately this is what happens?
Because Jerry's mom has nothing to do with us. She's a mother.
She's a mother.
Whether Jerry's a drug
but
dealer
I think it's time that she knows her son is a drug dealer.
That's what you're saying.
Do you know someone by the name of Ishmael Nangi?
Yes, I do.
Were you involved in a business relationship with Ishmael Nangi?
No.
You weren't?
Yes.
Weren't involved?
Business?
Yes. Any dealings? Do you have any dealings with him?
No, I don't.
You don't. Were you present at the meeting with Ishmael and Jerry on the night that he went missing?
No, I was not.
You weren't present at the meeting. The night Jerry went missing, You didn't meet with him.
No, I didn't.
You didn't meet.
No,
Would this not be the reason why they think you've got something to do with his kidnapping?
No, I didn't. I didn't meet him that day. It was on Monday, I remember. Sunday, that Monday, he called me actually telling me that he was in the club on Sunday. So I was talking to Jerry on the phone, and we never met.
But you never met with Ishmael and Jerry?
No.
Never?
No.
What would be your response if I put it to you that the allegation that you and General Sibia were allegedly involved in the sale of illegal drugs from stolen forensic laboratory to the value of 40 million rand, which was given to Jerry to sell, and that Jerry in fact owed money to you and Sibia and Nagy, and that was the reason for meeting him on the night of his disappearance?
Like I'm saying to you,
that Jerry owed you guys money. It was a drug deal gone horribly wrong.
That is not true.
Not true?
Yes.
I highly doubt that the truth of your answers, Mr. Matlala, but let's move on, right? Because you've had nothing to do with his disappearance.
Yes.
Because earlier on, Mr. Malema said that his family thinks that you are involved. And now I put it to you that there was 40 million rand worth of drugs sold, stolen from forensics that embroiled, alleged yourself and General Sibia. But you have nothing to do with that.
That's my first time hearing that from you, actually.
Would you accept that as a general principle, bribing powerful public officials is a fundamental ingredient of organized crime networks? Bribing people is the ingredient needed for networks.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you. Besides the 500,000 that you bribed former Minister Vusi Cat Matlala, have you ever given money, gifts or financial assistance to any senior SAPS members? Besides that 500, have you ever given anyone, because we need to track the money? Have you ever given money to anyone, paid for anything in SAPS? Think very nicely.
Not that I can think of.
Not that you can think of. Let me try and refresh your memory. Have you ever personally paid for cosmetic procedures, namely a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift, right? For a senior member within South African Police Service?
No.
You've never paid?
No.
Okay. In that recording that you denied here all day, you are heard saying that you left 200,000 in a bin for General Sibia's office. You deny that is you on the recording, because you said that's not your voice. Your voice has been tampered with.
Yes, it's not my voice.
It's not your voice, so you didn't leave 200,000 for Sibia?
No.
Jy en Sibia het niks te doen vandag nie. How do you know General Richard Shibiri?
I know him through a friend.
Through a friend, very close friend of Sibia as well, right?
I think they are colleagues, not
yeah, they're colleagues. Amal, same mengelmoes. In the same recording, you say that you paid this general 80,000 rand in cash. That same recording where you're singing that you gave the 200,000, 80,000 to this member.
Like I'm saying, that recording is fake.
It's fake.
Yes.
So you didn't pay for this. This 80,000 was for the fact that he was promoted from a brigadier and he was promoted to crime intelligence, and you paid for the celebrations. You didn't do that.
No, I borrowed him money and he paid me back.
You borrowed him money,
yes.
the money for the party to celebrate his promotion.
But he paid me back.
But you just said just now that you never gave money. So you know a lot of friends, you have a lot of friends in SAPS.
He borrowed me money, he borrowed money from me and he paid back.
In the very same recording, you reference amount of 500,000. Here we don't have a name being paid to a crime intelligence official. Do you also deny this?
That I paid 500,000 to who?
Crime intelligence official. In the same recording that played, all this money, trailing of monies that you've paid to people in SAPS.
Unfortunately.
Not you, not your voice.
No.
Okay. Do you understand that the common thread in the evidence before this committee is that you were corruptly bankrolling and influencing senior police officials? Whether you deny it or not, you have admitted to bribery of a former police minister. So why on earth should we believe you that you didn't bribe any other officials?
I'm not saying I want you to believe me. I'm telling you what I know. So whether you believe me or not, that is something else.
Why would a person who presents himself exclusively as a businessman be routinely providing large cash payments to senior police officials, including claims of leaving money in bins, paying for medical procedures, funding of officials within crime intelligence? Why would you be doing all of this?
I've never
got
done
your
that.
firearms back. Why do you pay? You have a history of paying people in SAPs.
But the
Like
information,
you captured SAPs.
but the information you have is wrong. I've never
And
left.
people are always borrowing money from you. It's always in SAPs.
Can I answer? Are you
You
finished?
may.
I'm saying I never left any money in the bin.
I put it to you again, if these payments were not intended to influence wrongdoing, unlawful protection, preferential treatment, disappearance, or withdrawal of cases, then for what legitimate business purpose, you being a businessman, for what legitimate business purpose were they made? You presented yourself as a businessman. All these transactions, what business value did it have in it for you?
Business value meaning giving Mr. Taylor money.
Yeah, and everyone else, who's
That was not a business transaction.
not a business transaction.
Yes.
I put it to you, as my colleagues have said, you are not merely a business, you are in fact a criminal involved in the destruction of our communities, in the destruction of our children. I also put it to you that you tried to avoid appearing before this committee. I also went and I got the records of your consultation with your lawyers. You were actually privileged to have been with them almost every day. You received visits, hours of consultation from 12 o'clock until 5 o'clock. Yet your lawyers wrote this committee a letter saying that you weren't given ample time and you weren't given privacy. And when I check the records, it shows that you were given ample time. In fact, you were favored. In fact, you actually have your family. I'm not sure if your wife is your legal consultant, part of the team. You have your wife here every day with you in the consultation room. This department has gone beyond the call of duty to accommodate you, and yet your lawyers could send this committee threatening messages, saying that they're going to take us to court. Is that right?
Can I answer? First of all, yes, they gave me time from prison, but there were we had some experiences that we've experienced some difficulties. There was no internet. I think at some point they have to move us to the office of the head of prison. And when we got there also, we had other problems because for my wife to be there, most of the things that I was doing, I asked because she's the only person that knows that which document I'll need where, because I don't have access for a phone. I've got limited time to call from prison. So my wife, she was there to collect all the documents that I needed. It was not like as if it was leisure day. It was my legal team and my wife, and it was not like I was using that thing to be with my wife. So that is not correct when you say that the prison is giving me opportunity to be with my wife. So that way it was because of my legal team asked that she can be present so that I can give instruction of which documents I need from them.
I'm done. Thank you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have given you the referee's optional time for the minutes that you spend in an altercation. Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable Sangun, who is speaking.
I will go first. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Good afternoon once again,
It's
Mr. Matlala.
up until
Ordered.
18:56.
Thank you so much. Mr. Matlala, maybe let me just start here. You testified earlier that General Nguwa had attended a wedding of a metropolitan executive.
Yes.
Now I know you're telling the truth because I was at that wedding. In fact, I think I spent some time with General Nguwa. Is it your testimony that attending a wedding constitutes corruption?
No, I'm saying the association. If it was me, some general from SAPS attending my wedding, it was going to be a big problem. But because of she attended the wedding of their darling, nothing was ever said about that.
Okay, I'll come back to that because you make some other claims around that. Mr. Matlala, are you an honest man?
Yes, I am.
You're sure you're an honest
Yes,
man?
I am.
Okay. Yesterday when you were testifying, you told us you had 9 children.
Yes.
Are these children with your wife?
Yes, some are with my wife and some are not.
Okay. After you told us you had 9 children, you then said, I take care of all my children. Is that true, Mr. Matlala?
Yes, it's true.
So why did Miss Dora Ledile Apo have to get a maintenance order for you to maintain your child?
Because she was making some demands which I couldn't agree with.
Okay, and the maintenance order was granted, right?
Yes.
Are you fulfilling the terms of that maintenance order?
I can't fulfill when I'm here because of my bank is closed.
No, but it was granted. You were supposed to start paying from the 1st of January.
I was paying even
You was paying until you got here.
I was paying even upfront and I was paying even more.
Okay. And then the child of Miss Lerato Kola, are you maintaining him?
Yes, I am.
Are you maintaining him?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it is not true then when we hear that you told Miss Kola that she may as well just kill that child. You are never going to maintain the child. You don't see the child or anything of that kind.
That is not true. I cannot say that with my child.
So both Miss Papo and Miss Kola would not be accurate that you are not maintaining children.
Say that again?
Miss Kola and Miss Papo both would be able to testify that you are maintaining the children, Miss Papo, up until you got into prison.
Yes, they can.
You also testified that your VIP protection service only had 1 client, Mr. Msibi.
Yes.
Now, I went to the Instagram page of your VIP protection service. There, the company posts happily, Miss Lolo Mpepi, happy client. There's another beautiful happy client in a fur coat. Miss or Mr., I don't know, Yasir Bells and EJ Matthews, happy clients. Were those not clients of your VIP service?
Yeah, first of all, that is not, my company does not have Instagram page. I know that page it's a fake page. So I don't have Instagram page. I cannot post my clients on Instagram because what we're doing does not even allow us to do that.
So you ran a company, a protection service, separate from the security firm, that literally just ran on 1 client. Mr. Msibi must have been paying a lot.
No, yes, I'm okay. I will elaborate that more. When I say client, remember I think I've disclosed that I've got clients which are like shopping malls, but that is not VIP protection. That's something else. Schools, construction sites, and other things.
But is VIP protection part of it, or it's a separate company?
Part of security, yes.
Within the same company.
So I think when I was referring to client, I was referring for the VIP's protection side.
You also gave evidence yesterday. You were asked about conviction, and I think you've spoken to the issue of conviction many times today, and you said you had 1 conviction.
Yes.
For the possession of stolen goods.
Yes.
Which were a consequence of you buying and selling and what.
Yes.
And you still confirm that that is your only conviction.
Yes, it is.
Now, in the bail appeal to the High Court, the judgment there reflected, I think in paragraph 17, if I'm not mistaken, that it was common cause that you had a previous conviction of housebreaking and theft, and that is what you served 4 years in prison for. That's very different from the possession of stolen goods. So, which is it? Did the court get it wrong?
Yes, I can explain that to you. The goods that I was arrested for, they were from housebreaking. So that's why I was charged for housebreaking, because the goods were from housebreaking.
But what were you convicted of?
Of housebreaking.
Was it possession of stolen goods or was it burglary?
Okay, they say on the charge sheet, it was housebreaking and possession of stolen goods.
So you were convicted for burglary?
Yes, I'll say that, yes.
Did you burglar? Is that where you were convicted?
I'm saying I bought goods which were from the burglary, and then I was convicted for that as well.
Does that seem plausible to you, though, Mr. Matlala, that an entire court would find you guilty of burglary, but when you were just in possession of stolen goods?
No, because I was charged for it. The court will work on what they have on the charge sheet. The charge sheet said, so I was telling that what was I arrested for? So the charge is something else. Even now I'm charged for...
And you were convicted for burglary?
Yes.
Okay. And you still maintain you're an honest guy, Mr. Matlala?
That's honesty.
No, it's two separate things that you said that don't speak to one another.
I think I didn't explain further that they can charge you for theft of motor vehicle even though they find you with possession of a stolen car, but they can charge you for theft of it as well.
Let's move on. So I want to ask about this issue of the lease agreement at the police college. Eh? So you got this lease in January 2024. Do you know the date maybe?
No, I don't know the date.
Okay. But let's say, for argument's sake, I mean, there were big days, 2nd of January, right? By the 19th of January, you've already instructed your lawyers that they must send a letter to the National Commissioner demanding eviction of, I think it was SAPS members from a building in a SAPS. Training college. What was the rush?
Because I have the lease agreement.
So you wanted to get in quickly, ne?
Come again?
You wanted to get in quickly.
Not to get in quickly. I wanted to occupy it, so no, not quickly.
Okay, you wanted to occupy it. Remind us again, you wanted to do what? You said something about training police who are at the college. Did you have that contract?
I don't need to have a contract. Already they were going to a hospital outside the college to get treatment. So if the hospital was there, I think it is common sense that they wouldn't waste time to go far when they can just get a hospital here.
I'm not sure if public procurement works like that, Mr. Matlala, because if SAPS is going to buy as SAPS, they need to have either a contract with you, or I don't know, were you going the RFQ like you were having in Tembisa? How were they going to buy from you? You said to Honorable Ngola, you were not a tender prophet. So how were they going to buy from you? If I just wake up, I go into a space where SAPS is and I say I am selling water, they're not going to buy from me just because I'm there. So how were you going to get that contract if you were not preparing for the one that you didn't know was coming?
Even now, they don't have a contract with the doctors that are occupying that hospital, but they still go there. Then they get treated, but they don't have a contract with them.
So how are you going to get it? You are just going to go
the same way as
to the National Commissioner?
No. The same way as those doctors are getting it now, because they see that it's convenient for them to just get medical attention to these doctors that are in their vicinity.
Okay, you said earlier on to Honorable Malema that you took the shares of Medicare 24 Tswane and you placed them in a holding company. Which holding company is that?
You want the name?
Yeah.
It's Cat VIP Holdings.
So it's not Medicare with the white people?
No.
Are you a director shareholder in the Medicare of the white people?
Yes.
You are what exactly?
Not a director.
You are what?
Shareholder.
You're a shareholder then?
Yes.
Okay, so how much of Medicare, the holding company, do you own?
I used to own. I don't own it anymore.
When did you stop owning?
After my arrest.
So you just recently stopped owning?
Yes. Not owning, I'm saying owning shares.
Yes.
Yes.
How much shares were you owning in Medicare 24?
51%.
Okay. And you were not a director there? No. Explain to me this thing of president. So you are president of this white people's company?
Yes.
No, I just want to know what is that, because you went to great lengths to try and explain this franchise to us and how you were paying them. So you were like paying yourself on the other side. Can you just explain how that relationship worked? So they brought you in, made you president, gave you shares, and then they said, oh, you start your own company so that because you're black, you'll get business. Is that how it worked? I
will pay them for the management, because they know about the industry. So their shares, they are worth for that management that they do for the company.
How much of the company did you own?
51%.
So why did you, I mean, if you're a majority shareholder, why did you then think it was necessary to go and open the subsidiary called Medicare Tshwane?
I've opened it before.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I just want you to tell us why you thought you should do that.
It's because of I wanted to have to explore my business on the side by myself.
All right. Then Jerry, you said you didn't do business with Jerry.
No.
Have you ever done business with Jerry?
Yeah, it was that contract in Fort, but it's not business. He said I got a contract with him and then we were sharing the profits.
Okay. Now, you had a business with Jerry, Luxor Africa Brands. What was that about?
Yes, but now I own it myself. Him and it was not only him, it was him and the other friend of ours.
You said you've never done business with Jerry, so I'm just trying to understand. You register a company.
Yes, we were planning to do business. We opened a company because we wanted to do business, but that thing never materialized, and then they resigned, and then it was only me. So we've never done any business.
Okay. Now, when the police went to your house for the raid, they claim that they found the sheet in one of the employees' rooms, which looked very much like the sheet in the videos that were demanding ransom for Jerry. How do you explain that?
I don't need to explain it. I do not even understand how is that possible. Because first of all, this drug kingpin that they claim that I am, I will go to an extra mile of kidnapping someone, but somehow I forgot to arrange a safe house and end up putting someone in my own house where there is staff, there is children, there is my wife. What if they see that person there? So it's easy, it will be easy for them to go to the police. So that thing that they're saying, I see what they are up to, but it does not make sense to me.
So the correct way to do it would have been to put him in a safe house.
But it does not make sense. How can you kidnap someone and stay with him in your own house? It does not make sense, that thing.
How I understand it, Mr. Matlala, is that in one of your employees' rooms, there's a curtain that closes the window. That curtain is a sheet that is torn, the way that it's wrapped and whatever, is very much like where Jerry was. Now, I'm asking you, when you are told that this is where Jerry was, not what you should have done, safe house, when you are told, your view is what? This sheet maybe just looks like the other sheet?
I don't even think, I don't know, because I've never went to that room, but the people who are saying those things, from them, that is expected. There is a lot of things that I can share with you now, if you don't mind, to show you how, to which length they will go to try to implicate me to things that I did not commit.
No, maybe if I still have time, we'll come back to
yes.
that. So, Brian Mokgotsi, has he ever done anything that has checked out? No? I get it, you started giving this guy money, you're giving him money up until 150 to 200,000. Did he ever do anything that made you trust him and think, yeah, let me give him more money? I mean, already he hasn't delivered, Minister Unu. Okay, so he didn't. No? Now, you said at some point that Minister Cele asked you how you got the contract.
Yes.
And you said you think that he was shocked by that, which I take it to mean that Minister Cele would not have been involved in you getting the contract. But then you then say, I'm not sure who says this to you, that Minister Mkhunu tried to backtrack on cancelling the contract. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Okay, how did he do this? Because this is the first time we're hearing that Minister Mkhunu tried to backtrack.
I'm saying that's what I heard from General Mkhwanazi.
Okay, and okay, he never testified that to us, and he didn't say to you how. So in these wars, these Zulu wars, it's possible that General Mkhwanazi is also just part of the war and saying things that, you know, he doesn't repeat in front of us about Minister Mkhunu?
I don't know, but I'm just saying that that's what I heard from him. Then when there was in the police summit somewhere in Emperor's Palace.
Right. I'm going to ask you just very quickly because I'm really interested in this issue of this Rolex. Was the Rolex stolen or not?
Yes, it was stolen.
Okay. So did General Sibiya say to you, go open the contract? Because, I mean, the case.
No,
because that's the testimony we have.
That is not true.
So you didn't open this case about a stolen Rolex because General Sibiya said it, nor did General Sibiya write the affidavit?
No, that is not true.
Okay. Right. When you meet with Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi at the Pearls of Mhlanga, why did you want the Hawks head Senona at the meeting with you?
Because I just thought, because he's in KZN, and then they both work together, maybe he might be comfortable with someone that he knows. I didn't want to go there by myself.
Who was supposed to be comfortable, you or General Mkhwanazi?
I'm saying General Mkhwana, I didn't want to go and meet him by myself. So I thought going with someone. Then I asked Mr. Tele that he must ask if I can bring someone, and then he asked who, and then I mentioned General Senona.
So what is your relationship with General Senona that, you know, you would feel protected when he's there?
He's like a big brother to me.
So you get in there with General Senona, you meet with General Mkhwanazi, you tell him what your issues are. Then he says, oh, okay, no, the first thing that he talks about is that he needs you to, what? Okay, so you say on paragraph 128, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi said he'll help you with your contract flow, but you needed to cooperate, ne? Because he was very close to General Nkua, who oversaw your contract. So what did you understand by him saying you needed to cooperate?
He explained further, but I understood that he said I need to give also them money so that they can work with me.
So are you accusing General Mkhwanazi of also seeking to extort money from you?
Not him. I'm saying he said I must work with General Nkua.
Okay, let me rephrase. Are you accusing General Mkhwanazi of encouraging you to do corruption?
I'm not accusing him. That's what he told me.
Okay. Now, you then further, on paragraph 129, General Mkhwanazi is still on General Nkua. You say that General Mkhwanazi told you that General Nkua is possibly corrupt, she's got properties and things like that. From your evidence there, when you mention these properties that have been turned into B&Bs and what, would you say in Mhlambi the value of those things is over 100,000 rand?
Yes.
So section 34 of the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act, right, imposes a duty on certain individuals to report corruption, fraud, theft, forgery, artery, etc. if the value involved is 100,000 rand or more. This particular section applies to individuals in a position of authority who know or suspect that these offenses have been committed, and failure to report is a criminal offense. I'm asking you now, are you saying General Mkhwanazi knew that General Nkua is corrupt, however, he did not fulfill his duty to report such corruption?
I'm saying General Mkhwanazi told me that General Nkua is getting money from the service provider that she was working with. And then she was even buying properties that she cannot afford.
So arguably then General Mkhwanazi himself is guilty of a crime of not reporting. I've read to you section 34 of PRECA.
Yes, I hear you.
Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi withdrew an allegation he had made against former Minister Cele, that Minister Cele provided you with banking details. Because we don't know what to believe anymore now. Did Minister Cele at any point provide you with banking details for the payment of any monies?
No, he never gave me any banking details.
On the 7th of February 2025, I'm just not sure where it is in the witness bundle, you sent a message to your friend, Mr. Mike Van Wyk. It's one of our friends from our Mlungus from Medicare, Mr. Mike Van Wyk.
You said when?
7th of February this year. Okay. You sent a message to Mr. Van Wyk, which contained extracts of an article about the arrest of the National Commissioner and Lieutenant General Kumar. Mr. Van Wyk then responds to you by saying not good. And then you respond by saying, it's actually good. My person is going to be the National Commissioner now. This is something that also General Mkhwanazi had testified about. Now, just to be sure, because your phone was tampered with, do you remember these messages?
No, I don't.
So are you disowning these messages?
Yes.
Let's assume that you know these messages are there, because I'm interested. Who would have been your person in this instance?
No, I don't know that message. I cannot even assume.
You cannot even assume. Okay. Maybe my final question, Mr. Matlala. Okay, I've got 4 minutes, so I'll ask this one very quick. Ekurulen, your friend there, Mr. Julius Mkhwanazi, you said you donated these cars. When was this?
I forgot the period. I think 2023. I think 2023 or 22. I'm not sure. I forgot.
What was the process that was followed for the donation?
I sent a letter of donation, and then they accepted the letter, and then that's when I donated the letters.
Did the municipality acknowledge? Did they declare in their financial statements the donation, anything of that kind? There is a process. Did they accept? Did they send you a letter accepting the donation?
Yes, those letters actually, they are with IPID because they came to my office to do the investigation. Okay. So we can confirm that with IPID.
So there are letters
yes.
Accepting.
And also the rejection letter when they said, no, you need to fetch your cars back, to send me a letter.
Okay. So, and who wrote those letters? Would it have been the city manager?
I forgot.
So you testified that you've got special forces and task teams as part of your entourage. Do you have any other policemen or women on your payroll?
Payroll meaning
you pay regularly.
Who works for me?
That you pay. They don't, yeah, they would work for you in different ways. Do you have other policemen that you have on your payroll?
Who are still in the police force or who works for me? I want to understand that.
Who are still in the police force that you regularly give money to? Okay. Let me stop there. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you, Mr. Matlala.
Thank you.
Good.
No, thanks, Chair.
Until 20 past 7.
Until 20 past. Thanks, Chair. I think, Mr. Matlala, I want us to start by dealing with what appears to me, and I'm sure maybe other South Africans, as very strange coincidences. You know, coincidence is possible, but some of the coincidences become very strange when they assume a particular pattern. I'm going to enlist those coincidences and ask you to comment on them. The first one is that you have a problem with your tender, whatever the nature of the problem was. And then you decide to Google the details of Lieutenant General Spear. And you get hold of him and you arrive, the man is an acting national commissioner. That's coincidence number one. The second coincidence is that your wife attended a party that you don't know. You don't know he's going to the party. And then suddenly she becomes unwell. You decide that she says, please come and fetch me. I mean, you are a highly guided man. You are followed by a big entourage. But you decide on that day, I'm going to Uber. Never mind my security situation. I'm going to Uber and get to the place where my wife is. And in your statement, you are saying your wife had said, please come because I'm not well after having taken some few glasses of champagne. But when you got there, she said, no, don't rush. Don't rush, baby. Let me finish my other classes. And you stay. And upon you staying, you then recognize that, by the way, this is a party of a General Spears child. What a coincidence, again. And then the other coincidence is that you get a contract, a brigadier Netengwe, who happens to have participated in the BAC as well as the other committee of adjudication. A day after you are awarded, he walks into your company. And then he says, you know, my niece is in deep crisis. Please employ my niece. You employ the niece immediately. All of these things, what message should they be communicating? How do you explain these coincidences yourself? This is just a God-given situation. It could have happened to anyone, and in this case, it was me. How do you explain this coincidence in a rational way that South Africans can understand in the way that I suppose you do?
Okay, the first one is I didn't have a problem with a tender. It was a lease agreement for the hospital. It was not a tender when I went to meet him with General CB. So it had nothing to do with the tender at that time. So, and then he was the head of the detectives. So I don't think it could be a coincidence because of you'll only find one head of detectives. So it was him. So whether he was acting as a national commissioner by then, it didn't change that he was still a head of the detectives. And my wife, when I said I went to fetch her, it was very late. So my protectors were already knocked off. To call them to come back, I think for me it will waste time. So that's why I just decided to take an Uber to go fetch her. And Mr. Netengwe, I wouldn't even mention him in my affidavit if I had something to do with me, if I'm the one who initiated to hire his niece. So I mentioned it because of also, it came to me as an instruction more than a request to hire his niece.
Why would it be an instruction?
I'm not saying it was an instruction, but it appeared to me as if, not in directly, but it appeared to me as if I'm telling you that you hire my niece, but not in like, you know, someone will tell you things, but not in so many ways, but you can pick up between the lines that this guy is saying something.
So why does it have to happen a day after your contract has been, just a day after it is awarded? So it's coincidental that this instruction came to this brigadier on that day.
He was the contract manager. I think he still is.
The point I want to drive home is that this exemplifies a particular coordination in which you and these other police officers are engaged on. That's my own conclusion, because I cannot understand very well the coincidences, the way in which they have occurred.
Yes.
Now, when you went to give a lift to your wife on the Uber, she was not well.
Not well, sick, because I'm saying she had too many glasses of champagne.
Okay, so the reason why she needed to call you was because she
didn't want to drive back herself.
By herself, so that she drives with you.
Yes.
So that is the reason why when you arrived, you couldn't immediately leave. You had to stay because she needed to take a bit of other classes. What would you say to the person who says, you know, the main reason why you had to remain was because another coincidence was about to happen, that Spear was going to walk in. You had to wait for this coincidence because you enter into a venue, somebody's party is taking place, your wife was not directly invited by the people who are responsible for it, You discover upon your arrival is Spear's son. And then the wife says, baby, don't leave. I want to take a bit more again. And while we are waiting, and Spear walks in. Is that a pure coincidence?
How can that be a coincidence? Because that is his house. So obviously I will find you in your own house. So there is no way that you'll hide because of now I'm around. He was entertaining his guests, so obviously he will be around.
So would it be correct to conclude that you and Spear have a potentially stronger bond than what the South African nation may know?
No, we don't have.
Okay. Now, on paragraph 72, now this was a paragraph 72 of the unsigned version. So I'm going to explain what it means so that I don't have to worry, check on the new one. I'll give you the background. The point you are making there is that the allegation that you were funding a campaign for Minister Mchunu are unfounded because you couldn't have engaged on such an exercise given the fact that you had known who Brown Mohotsi for a very short period of time. Now, that is not my main issue. My main issue is that because you are demonstrating that you don't give money to a person or for a cause that you have met a person on a very short period of time. But from your own information, you met former Minister Cele, and in less than 3 months, money was paid. How do we read that?
Because there was service delivery.
Was a service delivery. You remember that you have told us that actually you were supposed to pay him R1 million.
Yes.
So you owe him $500,000. Now, why do you call him an extortionist when you have entered into a deal with him in which you are supposed to pay R1 million and you have only paid half of it?
Because he was demanding for more than $1 million.
But why did you not go to $1 million and say, no, Chief, we can't proceed now because the deal has come to an end? And then instead you're calling him an extortionist.
That was a toxic relationship. But I can tell you. So from the meeting that I had with him, I could see that this is very toxic.
So you decided to betray the commitment you and him had entered into?
Come again?
You decided to betray the commitment that the two of you had entered into?
No, it's not betraying. I think the intentions was malicious because I came from a meeting where he coordinated and then I was threatened to be arrested and then I was not comfortable. There was a lot of things that are happening which I was not comfortable with.
When you met with Mkhwanazi, you have led us to believe that the meeting with Mkhwanazi was initiated by former Minister Cele.
Yes.
In order to assist you.
Yes.
Now you arrive in a meeting and you discover that it's actually you who must assist Mkhwanazi more than him assisting you. Did you go back to Cele and say, you have sent me to the wrong man?
No, I didn't say that because at that point I did not know that what he promised from his side, he will do it or not. So I didn't
but
tell him
why don't you, I mean, is it not natural that you get into a meeting, you are told you are going to meet with so and this is the agenda, and the agenda is, you find this upside down? Is it not normal that you must go back to the coordinator and say, but chief, what we have coordinated here is wrong? That should be normal. Why were you not doing it?
No, I wanted to see the outcomes of it first.
Never mind whether the agenda has changed.
No, the agenda did not change.
No, but you are saying here now, you went to Mkwanazi to get assisted, only to discover that upon arriving there, the conversation was about him more than you being assisted. Because when you left the meeting with him, you also had a mandate from him, which you diligently executed until you failed.
I'm saying I told him from my side what I've wanted, but there was an additional request from his side.
The head of Hawks, General Senona, what was his role in that meeting? Is he, am I right? He or she?
He.
Senona, is he?
He.
What was his role in the meeting with you and Mkonas?
I asked him to accompany me there.
And then what did he do in the meeting?
He said, and then he was drinking whiskey.
He said and was just drinking whiskey?
Yes.
Never said anything? Never asked a question? Never anything in the meeting except just enjoying the whiskey? Nothing?
No. I told Mr. Mkonazi that I will pass the message to Mr. Senona and then he will tell him if I'm winning or not.
No, I understand that. But here you are in the meeting with the two other men who are not here. And the conversation is only between you and Mkwanas. The other one is just sipping whiskey.
Yes.
That's all. That was his participation until you left.
Yes, yeah, he didn't engage, yes.
Okay. How did your wife travel to the Spear Sunny's event? Was driving herself? She doesn't get driven by this big entourage of security you have.
She was driving.
She was driving herself.
Yes.
Now, you went to Zimbabwe in one of your meetings with former Minister Xele. That's correct.
Yes.
Now you get into the gate there, the code is required. Now I know that place, that when you get there, you need a code. You then decide that you are not going to call the person whose place you are going to use in the meeting, but you are going to call Hangwan. Why? To give you access. Because Hangwan is not there and you are not going to his place.
No, I said I couldn't get access to the codes. I had problems getting the codes. And then I asked Hangwan because he also has a house in Zimbabwe to open up for me.
Okay, where were you supposed to access the code?
Come again?
Where were you supposed to access the code?
From my house.
Also, in Zimbabwe is your house where you were meeting?
I've got a house, yes.
So you were meeting in your house?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were meeting at somebody's house.
No.
And then Hangwan has a house as well, but got the details from him. In paragraph 146, I'll summarize it as well for you. You don't have to go there. You are talking about a visit in Cimex here, and where the police officers are said to have engaged in a wrong practice. From what you are saying, I'm paraphrasing you, to engage a particular man, and they came with a computer. You know that story?
Yes, yes.
Are you comfortable to tell us who's that man?
Yes, I am.
Who's that man?
His name is Jermaine Prim.
Jermaine?
Jermaine Prim.
Is he serving a sentence or still attending?
Today he went to court, but he's on a waiting trial.
He's on a waiting trial. And then is the one who came to you to give you this report?
No, after I heard that voice recording, I was complaining. Then I said, hey, you know, I heard this thing. And he said to me, hey, you know, actually, this is strange. There are people who came here, ask me how this voice manipulation technology works. And then
why? Have you had any dealings with him before?
With who?
Jermaine.
dealings.
Anything? Is a person you know very well and trust, and
No, I know him because I met him there.
so it's another prison.
Yes.
But only on this matter, because it's talking about you, you trusted him wholeheartedly. That those people who came are actually from the police.
They are from the police.
They are from the police?
Yes. They are the people who are investigating my case.
So I'm saying you took his word on that, or the police have also confirmed that actually we did come.
No, they did not confirm, obviously, but I know, and I can give the date, and then if the committee wants to, they can go and check with the video footage from CMX. There's 24-hour surveillance camera there.
Okay. The 5 million you were willing to pay as part of the contribution to get your friend Jerry out, who were you going to pay to?
I was going to pay to Jerry's wife.
So for her to pay to who?
To the people who demanded money.
So there were people who were in contact with the family?
Yes.
And looking for 10 million rand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think somebody asked this question, but I just want to further clarify it, help for you to help us to clarify it. Your knowledge of your friend being involved on something that has got to do with drugs, to what extent are you honest and open to each other as friends? I mean, under normal circumstances, my friends will talk to each other openly, including to guide each other away from dangers that may be visited on us as individuals as well as our families, because we should be having an ambition to grow up and to raise our families as well to the level at which it could be possible in life. So in that way, we should be treating each other in a true sense of being brothers and friends. And I wouldn't expect, I can't keep quiet when a friend of mine is involved in drugs. So how far do you go with your friends, or in this case maybe with Jerry, on matters like that?
I taught myself that I must not judge people. I will only advise, but if you want to do whatever you want to do, then that is up to you.
So that is your own approach to how you engage with your friends.
Yes.
You leave them to do what they want to do. So are you not worried, Mr. Matlala? Because you know there is an understanding that at times people who are not close to us, they get to understand us better on the basis of the company we keep. Are you not worried that if you keep a company of friends, or one amongst them, who engages in activities that are not honorable, if I put it that way, that has an impact on your own standing and reputation?
Yeah, but I do not understand. Is that a question?
Yes. Are you not worried? My question is, are you not worried that the company you keep might have a negative impact on your image and standing?
No, I don't think people who are mentally matured enough, they will judge me based of my association.
Do you think so? Do you think that's how normal life works? Do you think that if I'm walking around every day, me, with the people who are drug dealers, they're my friends, the company I keep, we drink together, we go to clubs together, the population is going to say, the drug dealers are these other ones. This one, no, it's not. Is that how society functions? I'm
saying this because of they might not know what are you saying to this guy. Maybe you are trying to rehabilitate him or something. They don't know that because of what you say. When you talk to him, they are not there. So they don't know what is your business with him.
Yeah, they would not know. But in your case, we know that your business with him was to keep quiet and not to advise him against doing something that places his life and maybe that of his family at a greater risk. In your case, we know.
You know what?
We know because you have told us. that you did not say anything to advise him against, on the basis that you live your own life and let them live their own life?
Obviously, first time when I find out, I will ask that what's in for you, why are you doing this? But then you tell me that a man got to do what a man's got to do to survive. So I cannot give you money. So whatever you want to do, and then if I say stop this, then you will end up asking money from me. So you'll do whatever you want to do, but you'll at the end of the day, you will see that what you're doing is not good or is good.
So if they don't heed your advice and proceed on the wrong footing, such as the one that we're talking about, you proceed with your life and not do anything.
There's nothing I can do, unfortunately.
No, you can. I mean, you can stop being a friend. Friendship is not comparison. It's a choice we make because of common values, and the fact that we may have grown together, or like me, and we are in the same organization together. It's a choice we make. Friendship is a choice, not comparison.
Yes, I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
But when you choose to keep a friend, even if the friend is engaged on a practice that you know in terms of the law is illegal. Because there's a contradiction there, Mr. Matlala. I will allow you to comment on it. Because earlier on you told us that the reason you resign your directorship on the company that were awarded a tender by SAPS was precisely because you were concerned that its image may be dented by the fact that your name is associated with certain things which are negative.
Yes, that's correct.
So when I heard you saying that, I concluded in my mind that this is a man of integrity who cares about his reputation, not just to himself, including how the nation perceives him. But now how do I reconcile that with the fact that the same man, same sentence, how do I square a cycle on that issue? Same man, same sentence, I will stay with you, my friend. Never mind your drug dealing, but you are my friend.
But I cannot compare a person with an entity. Then an entity, I have a choice to resign and then sort whatever I need to sort out. But a person, I wouldn't say he's a bad person because of what is.
Sorry. You can go ahead.
Now I'm saying I wouldn't now want to judge you because of what you're doing. But my business, I have a choice that I can, because it's my business. But I cannot tell you that stop doing this, because of now you will tell me, okay, I'm stopping this. Give me the same money that I was making.
And then that's not a good friend. The next thing I will say, I'm stopping the friendship. Because if we are honest to one another and we are good friends, we are family men. I mean, you're a family man. You've got a wife, you've got kids. You've got profound responsibilities, not just to your own, to yourself, but to the family in its entirety. So it's incumbent upon you to say to somebody that drags your name into a direction that will endanger that future, to say, no, I can't stay with you. It's not compulsory for me to be a friend with somebody. Never mind, even if we grew up together, we'll spend years together. But if you take a route that is the one that we are talking about, I'm perfectly entitled to say, no, let's stop. Now, I'm asking myself, because we can't even get evidence where you would say, no, I went to a common friend. We've got a common friend. We realize that this friend of ours is engaged on a dangerous terrain. I went to this other one to say, help me to persuade this man away from this thing. Why would two friends not do that to one another?
Yes, I hear you.
You agree with me that
Yes.
it's not normal that
Yes.
two friends would not do that to one another.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. Now, the other issue that kept me worried, Mr. Matlala, and it kept me worried because it communicated a message of a person in you who has a capacity to falsify information without pressure. Cele comes to visit your place. He's going to stay there. There's no pressure there. There's no pressure for you to say to people, that's my business associate. I mean, somebody's coming to my place. whoever that is going to be at the gate has got nothing to do with that. They must give the key
Yes.
to the person themselves. Why would you have a pressure to cook up a particular relationship with God?
It was not pressure.
Yes, I know you were not under pressure. That's what worries me. Because on these other things you have explained to us and we have understood. You have acted in certain instances on the basis of pressure that you are subjected to. You remember you've been saying that. But here there's no pressure. Why do you make a choice of for a lack of a better word and with respect, of telling a lie? And I'm saying that with respect.
Yes, yeah.
Why does that?
I think that's what came out of my mind at that moment.
Even without any pledge?
Come again?
Obviously, without any pledge. You just decided that I'm just going to falsify this information.
No, I didn't want them to ask questions that why is the former police minister doing here?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying, but this is your house. In any case, they will see him, that is him. No matter how you have classified the relationship,
Yes.
they will still see it's him. So I would have expected that you will say, give the key to Mr. Cele is going to be there, and leave it at that point. You know why that issue about the ability to change things without pressure, you know where it becomes a problem. At some point, we are going to have to interact, as Mr. Malema was asking earlier on. At some point, we are going to have to contend with two versions of the information before us. You having given General Cele money, him saying that I didn't get it. And without us having the recordings, as you were saying, you answered the question, some of them get deleted after some times, without us getting that information to firm up your evidence. It means our conclusion will be based on probabilities, among others, on the basis of the extent to which we think we can rely on your evidence because of your ability to say things right and wrong. Do you see that we'll have to take that position? Do you think it would be fair for us to take that position?
Yeah, I hear you, but unfortunately, I do not have any evidence that I can back my statement. So I think maybe my witnesses for in Beverly Hills, because I was with my protectors at that day. So I think that maybe, or even maybe you can check maybe the footage that side.
So it means you will forgive us if we conclude that we've listened to Cele, we've listened to you, you gave him money, he says I didn't get money. So you'll forgive us when we come to a conclusion that based on other things that Mr. Matlala said, and his ability to communicate false information even when not under pressure, it's possible that even in this case, he's not telling us the truth. You'll forgive us if we make that conclusion.
I think at the end of the day, it's your choice to whether you believe or not, but I'm just telling you what happened, and then I do not have a reason to lie over that. So if I wanted to lie, I would have said I've also paid General Mukhonazi money, and I've never said that. So I was saying what actually happened. So if I wanted to lie, I could have implicated other people.
Yeah, but I'm just asking, you will understand us if we make a conclusion like that based on our interaction with you on other matters.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That at the end of the day, the choice it needs to come from you.
Okay. My last question, Mr. Matlala, has to do with your security. The former task force or the ones who are from the South African National Defence Force. Do you recruit? Okay, were they recruited while still in service of the nation and abandoned that part to come and work for you, or you got them when they've retired from the South African National Defence Force?
Some I got them when they retired from the Defence Force, but now these people, they will recruit each other because hey, there is good money there. Let's go there. And you'll find that someone say, hey, I'm going to resign from my job and come here.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thanks, Mr. Matlala.
Thank you so much. It's exactly 20 past. Honorable Skosana, your time runs until 10 to 8. It starts now.
Ke a leboha Mokone. Thank you very, very much once again, Chair. And good evening, Mr. Matlala.
Good evening.
I just want to say to you that the other witnesses who came in here, like General Kwanas is still going to come back here. And the evidence which you have given us today as well, you know, has to be tested. Yes. As I said earlier, I think I said this is not a court of law. We are probing here, we are not crucifying anyone. Now, I'm going to start by asking you, do you know Major General Sinona from the DPCI is the Hawk boss in KwaZulu-Natal?
Yes, I do.
How long do you know him?
Maybe 5 or 6 years.
Because I understand that he said that you've grown up together. Is it true?
No. He didn't say that.
No, I'm saying him.
We grew up together.
Yes.
He's older than me.
I'm sorry?
He's older than me.
Yes, he's older than you. You know, but he mentioned that he played football with you as well. But yeah, if you say no, it means it's incorrect what he was telling General Mkwanazi. Now, are you aware of any criminal cases? Like earlier, I think Honorable Breitenbeck asked you about him, that he used to work in Silverton as a head of investigation and as a head of organized crime unit.
And when was that?
Some years before you went to KwaZulu-Natal.
Maybe it's
you were not aware.
No.
Lieutenant Kwanazi told us that you are very close to Lieutenant Sibia. Is that true?
That is not.
How do you know Lieutenant Sibia? Besides that, you went while he was acting, if I remember well, that he must resolve your matters at Vachais, if I remember well. Was it for the first time you've seen General Sibia?
Yes, in 2024.
Yes. Is it true that Lieutenant General Sibia and his driver, a policeman, collects cash monthly, on monthly basis from somebody somewhere in Senten? Did you ever told General Mkwanazi about that?
No.
Now, Mkwanazi never said you are part and parcel of the so-called drug cartels. He never said so when he appeared before us. That I can assure you. He said there are people who are members of the so-called drug cartel. But I'm going to put it to you. Do you know any drug cartel members? No. Do you know any drug cartel members?
No.
Besides what was mentioned at Madlanga Commission?
No.
So is it not true that somebody, or anyway, because you said now, you said that you don't know him, and I don't think that it will be fair for me to ask you this question. Lieutenant General Mkwanazi is a provincial commissioner. Do you know that?
Yes, I know.
General Mkwanazi said that the meeting where you met him in Durban, I think you ended up at Pels.
Yes, that's true.
He said that meeting was not organized by former Minister Bheki Cele. It was organized by Major General Sinona.
I'm the one who organized Mr. Sinona.
Yeah, I'm just putting to you what he said, because he'll come back and respond for himself. He collaborated what you said, that you arrived, you were at Oyster Box next to Beverly Hills. And then he said, when the call came, was told he must come to Oyster Box, and he said, no, he's not coming there. You must come out. You came up with a small car. And then you gave him the description of the car.
Who, me?
No, whether Major General Sinono, but Major, not you, Sinono said that, I remember very, very well, that when you come out, he will see you is at Belleville Hills. Then you will follow him, as you said yourself, that you went to Pearls, the boom gate you opened, and you went to a penthouse there. Am I right?
Yes.
Now, then you were arrested, am I right? Besides that, you raised an issue about, before you were arrested, there's this guy called Neji from Mistream. In his own version, he said Neji was called right on the spot when you were, the three of you, at Pals by Major General, I mean by yourself, because he said that the so-called kidnapping and the torture has got nothing to do with him, because that is the DPCI matter. So the issue of him, the case being opened for him, it was a fabricated story. And there's a person who was kidnapped. They went to the Neji guy works with a private
Yes.
The kidnapper. Do you know anything about Malelane, that they went to trace that person who was kidnapped in Malelane, in Mpumalanga?
Malelane, no.
You don't know anything about that?
It's Malelane in Mpumalanga.
Yeah, in Malelane. Remember, just before the border, there's Malelane. So the person who was kidnapped, why Neji was called, is because there was a person, a Muslim for that matter, who was kidnapped, and they looked for him, and they went to Malelane. Unfortunately, he was not there. There was a border policeman who was involved, alleged involved in the kidnapping of that person. And unfortunately, that house of that policeman was burned down after the visit of these investigators of Major General Sinon. You don't know that?
No, I don't know that.
So the discussion that it's your son and Neji's son, they went school together. General Mkwanazi says it's not so, because he was called. You called him on the same day.
I called who?
You called that Neji because he resides in Mistream, where you've got a house there in Mistream. That's what he told us.
First of all, why would I call him? Because by then I did not even know. I knew him after that because I had to go and look for him. So I did not call him there.
But anyway, I'm just putting that to you, that he's going to tell us that you called that gentleman on the same day when you were at Pals.
Okay.
And you know him before that. Now, the issue that he asked you to call him to withdraw the case, that's your version, am I right?
Yes.
But he said that he doesn't even know who was tortured, because the DPCI. Hence, I'm saying the truth will be revealed at the end of the day. That who's telling the truth?
I think there's also a video of that.
That's fine. Thank you. Now, you know, I think that you were lured to. In fact, you were brought into Durban. For one reason only. One reason only. Because you know that the disclosing operational engagement with investigative subjects prematurely will have violated the 3 substanding orders on sensitive matters. In other words, Major General Sisinono brought you to Durban for you to give like an informer, you know, like an informer in a way. You were being under investigation by General Mkhwanazi. What would be your take on that?
They brought me as an informer.
What I'm saying, Major General Snono, the one you said is your brother, brought you to General Mkhwanazi, not in good faith. What's your take on that?
First of all, I will say he did not bring me to Mr. Mkhwanazi. Mr. Mkhwanazi was brought by General Cele. So he did not know before that I was supposed to meet him.
Yeah, but remember, Minister Cele was not there.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're saying...
So I'm saying, if he comes back to us and say, and collaborate what I'm asking you now, because that's what he told us, to say, the meeting was arranged by Major General Sinon,
yes,
not Minister Pegitele. And Pegitele was not there, am I right?
Yes, he was not there, yes.
Now, you know the general principle of investigative confidentiality and the need to avoid compromising operatives, sources or integrity of the broader inquiry. Because remember, General Mkhwanazi is a policeman. Now, the purpose of that meeting, I'm putting it to you, had nothing to do with favor, benefit, inducement, or corruption. Do you agree with me? Your meeting between yourself and General Mkhwanazi.
I don't know about that.
No, remember, you met him. You spoke and you told him your problem with your payment from the national office. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
And then he told you that he knows one general, Lieutenant General Kono.
Yes, Nkowa.
Yes. Now, he did not request that meeting, General Mkhwanazi. Am I right?
Yes.
He received no benefit of any kind from you. Am I right? He did not receive any benefit from you of any kind.
After the meeting?
Yes, after the meeting.
He requested me to convince that guy to withdraw the charges.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, he did not receive any benefit of any kind from you.
It will be benefit if that guy withdrew charges against him.
Yeah, a material benefit.
Are you talking about money?
Material benefit of any kind.
Yes, I'll agree with you.
Did the meeting alter, restrain, redirect, or weaken the investigation into your tender network? What that meeting, the results of that meeting, was it a wasteful meeting for you? What is your take?
I will say, after a while, then I think it was wasteful.
It was a wasteful meeting. The trip was really a fruitless expenditure. Am I right? Now, the meeting was not probative of any wrongdoings. Do you agree with me on that again?
Yes.
It is therefore no material to us as parliamentarians in this inquiry unless it involves improper influences, which it did not. Am I right? It doesn't influence us by any means, your meeting.
It does not influence
us as a committee.
I don't know, because I've been asked here to testify, so I don't know if it does not or it does.
There might be a strongest factual defense by General Mkhwanazi when he appears before us again. Now, remember, General Mkhwanazi did not protected you for you not to be arrested. Am I right?
Yes.
The arrest occurred under the same investigative structure of Mkhwanazi, which he was overseeing. Am I right?
Yes.
The project leader, Lieutenant General Tumisan Kumalo, may have an operational lead to the project, but the appellant was their executive authority and his unit carried out the arrest on you. Do you agree? I'm talking about Mkwanazi, because he's an appellant on this matter. Am I right?
Yes.
Hence, I'm saying to you that the trip to David and the meeting at Pels bear no fruit at all. Am I right? It was, as I said earlier, but we agreed on that. That it didn't benefit you, you know, am I right on that?
Yes.
Now we agreed that there was no result for that meeting. In fact, you were disappointed. Am I right?
After I was arrested.
Yeah, or after you were arrested. Are you aware that your payment, because remember, I think you are doing the so-called medical assessment in that tender which was cancelled by SAPS, am I right? They were supposed, in fact, not was supposed to. There were students who were supposed to go to college, am I right? Who needed a medical assessment.
Yes.
And some service providers complained that they are not paid by you because SAPS did not pay you. Am I right?
Yes. And
the intervention by Minister Senzo Mkhunu was that he asked them to pay you for SAPS to be able to send those students to the different colleges. Am I right?
I don't know about that.
You didn't know about that?
Yes.
Yeah, let me put it to you. It was Senzo Mkhunu who intervened, but he said they must only pay because he wants those students to go to the college. It was nobody. It was not Minister Kele. It was Senzo Mkhunu himself who intervened to say they must pay you, otherwise we won't have anyone going to the college. That meeting, let me put this to you, if that meeting had any improper purpose, the natural consequences would have been to shield you. Am I right? If that meeting.
Yes, I will say that, but if there were some other interferences, people came and then you find out you end up getting a highest bid. I said, no, listen, it's either me or him, you choose. So I think I was less important.
Yeah, I'll put it to you that the fact that arrest proceeded demonstrated that there was no favor exchange, no compromise, no improper influence, no corrupt relationship at all between yourself and General Mkwanazi. Am I right?
I have my doubts there.
Because he's going to come and argue here to say that it did not required for him to disclose of every meeting with suspects, because in his job, what he does is normal for a senior police officials to meet investigative subjects without logging them as material disclosure unless they raise conflict of interest or they create reasonable perception of impropriety. Do you agree with me on that?
I do.
Thank you. If neither of those criteria applied, in this case, it did not, or on that meeting which you had, it was not relevant to the committee for us to ask him about your meetings with him. Had no bearing on the substance of these allegations, carried no probative values unless the committee was examining a corruption of impropriety, which it was not in his conduct. And as well, your meeting was not about you paying him, alleged paying him, as you said that to one of my colleagues, that you could have lied if you wanted to and say you paid him, like you paid Minister Kele, am I right? So you were telling us the truth, that there was no material benefit. Am I right?
Yes, sir, you're right.
Therefore, this is where he can anchor the reasoning of policing norms. Police officials do not publicity catalogically every meeting that they have with suspect, routine investigative engagement and covered by confidentiality, no political reporting. I think you know that. Hence, as well, I think you are not interested in politics. Like when he said that in that meeting there was a so-called Zulu, what was it? Zulu, it's a Zulu war. To publicity list such meetings in parliamentary, in a parliamentary evidence will have compromised the informants, expose investigative methodology, undermine parallel inquiries, allow suspect to map up investigative strategy. That's what Mkwanazi will tell us when he comes back. And I think I'm not putting this to you maliciously, because as we are here, as you said yourself, that you want to tell us the truth. And I don't have a doubt that you are lying to us, because we are under oath. Am I right? Whatever you told us is what we've experienced. You said to us some other matters, you know, you might have forgotten them. I think that's what you said yesterday. And we said, we understand, because you said you are in a solitary confinement, you know, and your phone as well, and some of your gadgets are not with you. Am I right? Now, it is critical. The fact is that if disclosure will have changed the credibility, the integrity of investigation, because we are under investigation, and I think we are aware of that. I must say this to you. It might be justified. I only needed to disclose the interactions that were relevant to the committee mandate or suggestive of improper influence, as I said earlier to you. The conclusion of that meeting which you had with Major General Sinona and Lieutenant General Mkwanazi, there was no corruption there. Do you agree? Which transpired in your meeting.
But there was suggestion of corruption.
There was suggestion of corruption, yes. But there was no corruption.
Technically it was, because there was suggesting that I need to work with General Nkua.
Yeah, but I mean, if somebody refers you to someone, is that corruption? If I say to you, come to me, you say we are not paid. Do you know Honorable Nomvalo? I know Honorable Nomvalo. I pick up a call and said, Mr. Nomvalo, there's a complaint, but unfortunately it's not within my competency to help him. Can you please attend to that? Like any normal citizen.
Yeah, but when you tell me that this person, they've been paying him this much, so for you to get your things sorted, you also need to pay him this much. Isn't that corruption?
To pay who?
I'm saying if he suggested that I needed to work with General Nkua the same way and manner that she was working with the previous service provider for my stuff to be sorted, I'm asking,
yeah,
isn't it that some sort of corruption to suggest that I need to work with someone and pay them in order for my stuff to be sorted?
For me, is that there's an allegation against Lieutenant General. You said Nkua.
Nkua, yes.
Is there a credible evidence that she's corrupt?
No.
Or is an allegation that she works with whoever, another company?
Yes, he backed up by saying that she's buying property that she cannot afford, unless if he was lying to me about that, because he even gave me address of one property which I went to check it out and even took the pictures. So unless if even that property it was just a diversion, but if that property really belongs to her, meaning he was not lying to me.
Right. So there was a favor, or there was no favor on you by General Mkwanazi?
There was no favor.
Any influence beside the issue of Lieutenant General Nkua that you must see
Yeah, there's nothing.
No consignment of any of your cases you are facing now.
I didn't have cases before when I was with him.
No contradiction, or there was any contradiction in your view now as we are sitting here.
Contradiction?
Yes.
Contradiction meaning that we didn't agree on something.
Yes.
Yes, I didn't agree on the fact that he was saying that if I do not do what he wanted, he will charge me for attempted murder.
But for me, from where I'm sitting, I think the investigation proceeded to the arrest of you. Hence we are here today, am I right? By the same man.
Yes. But the reasons for that, I don't know what led him to do that.
My last one will be, I think it will be like a follow-up because I didn't get it clear about, what is it, Jermaine?
Jermaine?
Yes. Who's Jermaine Brin?
He's a guy who's been, he's been convicted for, but he paid fine for that conviction. Convicted for impersonating people using voice manipulation technology. That I can take your voice and call someone, pretend to be you. And also identity manipulation. I can call someone using your phone number as if it's you, but it's not you. Yes.
And your historical relationship?
I do not have a historical relationship with him.
Do you know Paulo O'Sullivan?
Yes, I know him.
What's your relationship with him?
I don't have a relationship. I know him as a forensic investigator.
Did you ever had a meeting with him?
I've never met him.
Or you only know him as a forensic
yes,
agent? Yes. And do you have his number?
No, I don't have.
Brown Mokgotsi, is he your friend?
No, he's not a friend.
He is the one who I said that yesterday. He impersonated himself as one of the ministerial staff, am I right?
Yes, yes.
At Madlanga Commission, unfortunately, because we are arrested, you don't know what he said there.
Yeah.
Now, you said you paid him how much?
I would say between 150 and 200,000.
For the January ANC, January 8th.
Yeah, yes.
And as you said, you promised us that you even have the names as well of those who travel, which you paid for their traveling arrangements. Am I right?
Yes.
You already sent it to us already.
I think they are somewhere in the bundles. I saw them in the. I also have them, but I don't know if they already gave them to you.
Okay. My last parting shot, there was on the media the issue. Do you know the Treasurer General of the African National Congress, Gwen Ramokgopa?
Yes, I know her.
Have you ever funded her?
No.
Nothing?
No.
There's a picture of you with President Ramaphosa. Is it fabricated or is he your friend?
Where?
No, I'm saying on the media.
Ramaphosa.
You don't have?
No, there's no picture of me with President Ramaphosa.
I can show you.
Show me.
I'll show you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
I'll send the chair.
Thank you so much.
Honorable Skosana is busy with Photoshop here.
Honorable members, thank you so much. Let me just check this with you. The grandmother in Swaziland, is it paternal or maternal grandmother?
I don't have a grandmother in Swaziland. I never said, maybe you didn't hear me nicely. I said KZN, not Swaziland.
Didn't you say from KZN to Swaziland?
No. You didn't hear me nicely.
Okay, it's fine. Is it maternal or paternal?
Maternal, yeah.
It's maternal. It's where your mother comes from.
Yes.
So your mother is Mwanatlamini.
My mother's mother.
Your grandmother
Yes.
is Mwanatlamini.
Yes.
And then your mother was also born from the Tlaminis.
Matlala.
Okay. Matlala, where? Waterberg, Capricorn, Skukune.
Eish. Nna ke goletse mo Gauteng. I just heard a place called ba re ke Phokwane.
Nebo.
So I kitse gore ke sa yeah ba re ke Phokwane yeah.
Yeah. Nebo Phokwane in Skukune. That's where the surname Matlala comes from.
Okay.
It's where your father originates or where your father was born.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then, do you know your relatives there in Phokwane?
I don't know them. I wish I.
Not any.
No, I don't.
Rakhadi, Rangwane,
Nothing.
not any. So the only person that you would have known there was your father. Okay. And then let's move to this matter of Mr. Jerry Bushok. I just want you to explain what do you mean by the manufacturing of narcotics?
To make them, to manufacture them.
Yeah, can you explain further? Because narcotics can be understood in two ways. They can be understood in the sense of medicine and in the sense of them being illegal drugs.
Illegal drugs, yes. But I do not know the process, so I don't know how to explain that.
So when you say illegal drugs, you mean that he was manufacturing those drugs illegally?
Yes.
And for how long have you known that, or when did you come to befriend him?
I've known him for a very long time, but we just became close. I think now it was 2 years, 2 or 3 years. But I've known him for a very long time.
When did you come to know that he's manufacturing narcotics?
He told me.
When was it? Is it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Because
maybe 2 years ago.
And you lived with that information for the last 2 years?
That's true, yes.
Before you came to depose this information with us as the Committee of Parliament, have you ever shared it with any person to say, you know, I have a friend who is, man, this friend, man.
Yes, I did.
You have shared that information with anybody?
I did.
Have you ever shared it with anybody in the authorities of the SAPS?
No, I didn't.
And then when General Cele, the former police minister, says, I have been helping you and you are not doing anything, how did you understand his expectation?
That he wanted money.
And then when you started to give that money, were you describing it as a bribe or what?
As a repayment.
Or gratification? Or
as a repayment, yeah.
In legal terms or in illegal terms?
I wouldn't phrase it as legal or illegal.
Yeah, I'm just saying, for instance, I have assisted you, and maybe you feel that indeed that assistance came, you can go to the bank and transfer straight to my bank account then, to carry stacks of money. That's basically why was it not possible for you to do a direct bank transfer?
He didn't want any transfers. He wanted cash.
And then what was your understanding within that context when a person doesn't want to be given money in a manner that is traceable? Or
Yes.
Did you understand it to be legal or illegal?
Illegal, yes.
And then when you, just that question which Honorable James has asked you about defeating the ends of justice with the meeting with General Mkhwanazi. When there is a case that has been opened with IPID, and the case is opened against General Mkhwanazi, and then he arranges a meeting with you, or a meeting is arranged either way, whether by yourself or by him, you eventually meet. And then he says to you that I will try and help you, but I will also want you to talk to these people to withdraw their case. And you say there is a one of the victims who has lost his vocal cords, isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
Didn't you understand his action to be interfering with witnesses?
Yeah, it is.
It's interfering with witnesses.
Yes, it is.
And it's an illegal activity.
I will say so.
Did you, okay, after that, having met, did any of those victims discuss with you, but to say, Matlala, this thing is defeating the ends of justice and we think must be reported to the authorities?
Yeah, but I didn't have any reason to go and report it to the authorities.
No, just one of them. I'm a victim. I have lost my vocal cords. I can no longer speak, like you say. And then the person has now opened a case with the respective authority, which is IPID. But then the alleged perpetrator comes and says, no, let's talk this matter out and withdraw it. I'm saying one of those victims, didn't they ever think of reporting the matter of interference with the witnesses to the authorities?
No, they didn't.
Let me go back to that question that Honorable Sangoni asked you and Honorable Julia about your honesty and integrity. Do you still hold to that pillar of honesty and integrity?
Yes, I do.
And how do you explain these activities that shroud your honesty and integrity, that put a dark cloud on your integrity and honesty, where you know about a person who manufactures drugs which is illegal? You know about payments that are done which cannot be traceable. You know about activities of defeating the ends of justice. If you stand here as an honest man, how do you explain that within the context of this series of activities that appear to be attracted to you?
Yes, I will say that I'm striving to be an honest man, but obviously there and there will be some challenges. So I'm not a perfect man.
You want us to understand that you are not a perfect person.
No, I'm not a perfect
You will
person.
always have your own weaknesses.
Yes.
and then we must understand that
No, I'm not saying.
you are not an angel. That's what you are saying.
Yes, I'm not perfect.
Okay. And then you spoke about General Kua, and when you mentioned her name, you said, if people have a problem with me associating with these other characters, what do you say about this one who also attends an event of a metropolitan executive? Did I hear you correctly?
Yes, yes.
Were you saying that her attending that event of the metropolitan executive is wrong?
That is a client of SAPS, and she is the end user of that contract. So,
Yeah. So you are saying that there could have been a conflict of interest?
I'm saying if it was me, it will be a very different story.
And then maybe your conclusion or your suspicions might have been informed by the fact that you have been tipped that she's probably a beneficiary from the contracts that happened in the department with the previous service provider.
I knew that before that.
You had always known it?
The information, I had it before. I had it when I was hiring that Brigadier Nono. She's the one who gave me the information.
Or you have, even before General Mkwanazi
Yes,
told you, you already knew?
Yes.
Or you already had this information that...
Yes.
So this part as well, didn't you see it as an act of illegality?
What part?
This information that you have, that there is this employee of the SAPS who happens to have a relationship with a service provider in the department, and which may represent a conflict of interest.
But I don't think I'm the only one who knows about it. Even Honorable Sangoni said that she knew about that thing. But you said you knew about the wedding.
Yeah,
Chair, I have to put on record, I did not say any such thing. I said I was at the wedding. And I was asking you then, her being at the wedding, is that a corrupt act?
Okay. No. I just want us to move to the last question. It may have a follow-up depending on how you respond to it. This case that you are dealing with now, your greatest conviction is that you are a victim of circumstances.
Yes.
And it emanates from you having refused to accede to certain demands.
Yes, that's correct.
And then the many other cases that you would have been charged previously, do you hold the same view that you could have been hounded?
No, I'm not saying that.
If those cases, if you were to be called to one day to say, there is this matter which was withdrawn, we think it must be brought back, we would want you to come and share with us what you know, will you gladly welcome that?
Yes, I will.
Wouldn't you have a problem to say, but this is a matter of 15 years ago, why do you want to revive it now?
If they have a reason, then...
Won't you think that it's a witch hunt if somebody wants to bring a matter of 2009?
I wouldn't say that. It depends how what motivates that.
Okay. The last question would be, if such cases were were to be brought back, would you say I have now been given an opportunity to clear my name?
I've already cleared my name, hence they were withdrawn.
No, yes, no, I'm saying to you, as Honorable Breitenbach was reading that list, it was a long list. For sure, some cases were in some cases you were acquitted. In some cases they were withdrawn. Somebody says, no, these cases that have been withdrawn must be reinstated. What will be your reaction? Will you say, no, look, I'm very happy. I think I've been given a chance. I will clear my name.
I don't have a choice. Yes, I will clear my name.
Okay, SC or Advocate Zimkhalele, can I get parting shots from you if you have?
Thank you, Chair. There's nothing further from me. I'm not certain SC has anything that he wants to add.
Yeah. Let me invite Mr. Tubachale and Mr. Koza to come to the front so that we officially hand over back their facility. Yeah. No. We have given you enough time, honorable members. We have given you enough time. We must thank this gentleman, Mukhalaka.
It's allowed. It's allowed.
You can sit down. Yeah. I think on the part of Parliament, before we close, we must just, first of all, we must thank you for having given us an opportunity to use your facilities, and also having made Mr. Matlala available to come and have a conversation with us. Mokoni, we want to thank you so much for your time. It has not been easy. We had to ask you the questions that we asked you, and you had to give your answers to the best of your abilities. You will understand that we are doing our work as members of Parliament. We need to get our country right and give South Africans hope that the democracy that so many fought and died for. They are given an opportunity to enjoy the fruits of this democracy. So ra go leboga mokone wa ntširi kgolo mina tlhantlhagane.
Ya leboga.
Ra go leboga kgoši yaka. Tubachale, we want to, and Mr. Koza, we want to hand over this facility back to yourselves. The immunities, the privileges, and the powers that you enjoyed here, we are now taking them back to Cape Town. Once we leave here, nobody speaks about immunities or privileges. So I'm going to give you some few minutes just to give your remarks. And the last thing I'm going to say is that the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson of the Ad Hoc Committee. Let me also thank honorable members of the committee and also Parliament for affording us an opportunity to provide our services as a department of government and host this very important city. From the apex management of the department, we gave instructions to the area commissioner here, and he executed with the team with precision and the professionality that we always want to be held at as the Department of Correctional Services. But we didn't do that alone. We did that also with the managers and the staff from Parliament. And we did not succeed only because of what we were doing. We succeeded also because of the leadership of the Honorable Chairperson of the Ad Hoc Committee and the members of the honorable members of the Ad Hoc Committee. So we want to express our appreciation for being given this rare opportunity. This is your institution. You are always welcome to host sittings, not in any other form. We also want to thank you, Honorable Chairperson of the Ad Hoc Committee, for allowing us to go back to wearing uniform. Mr. Koza here, from tomorrow you wear uniform. He's not used to this attire that he's wearing. And as I indicated, we appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see the SC is back. The SC, we are at a point where we are closing the meeting. There is one thing that you did not say. You did not give us this venue because you know Honorable Malema and I very well. You must say that I gave it to you as Parliament, not because I was under any influence from these two honorable members from my province. But we want to thank you so much and wish you good luck in your responsibilities at the helm of the correctional services in the country, and we hope that you will continue to do your best. Honorable members, the proceedings of this week here at Vusi Mampuru were probably the last for this year. I have received a letter from the office of the Speaker. I think the Chief Whip informed me that they have discussed amongst themselves as political parties and have agreed to grant the committee the last extension. So we will go back to our committee meeting and discuss on how we are going to conclude the work of the committee within the period that has been extended by the National Assembly today. We want to thank you so much, members, once again, Mukode, and your team, the Commissioner and your team from Correctional Services, the Area Commissioner here, Mr. Koza, the staff of Parliament for